Welcome to the partypoker.com Premier League Poker. I'm Jesse May, and we have simply the best 12 boys and girls from every corner of the poker world thrown together in a league format. It's a 12-match season, and at the end of that, the top 4 players straight into the final table. The bottom 4 relegated to history, and the middle 4 in heads-up matches to see who can take the final 2 places. We've played a couple matches already. Let's see how the table is looking. Phil Hellmuth firmly in control in the promotional zone, while Vicky Coren has done good work to sneak into the top 4. In the playoff zone, very tight, and between Liz Lou and Kenna James, she has the edge based on her second place. In the relegation zone, Tony G and Roland Wolfe in terrible shape, while Ian Fraser has a game in hand. This tournament is glittering with the baubles of poker's past. A baker's dozen of WSOP bracelets, WPT winners, and with me, the first woman winner of an EPT title, Vicky Coren. Vicky, are you enjoying this tournament so far?
I am loving it. These huge personalities playing fantastic poker. Just to be near it, in my last heat, just sitting on the table with Phil Hellmuth and the Devilfish, I think I got sunburn.
Well, you're not just sitting with him. You put in a great performance last week, coming second just narrowly to Phil. That must build your confidence.
Yeah, I mean, this Phil Hellmuth seems unbeatable at the moment. I was annoyed not to actually win it. And, you know, of course, it's great to get the points for coming second, but the pressure is never off. You know, one bad night, you drop a couple of points, someone else gets more, you're in trouble, so...
Well, you're currently in the promotional ranks. Another great lineup tonight. Let's have a look at who's at the table.
I think this one is going to separate the men from the boys, because after this, there are only 3 more heats, and the other might as well go home.
I don't have enough points for today, only 2 points, but I think I get points today, for sure.
I've had enough of second places. I'm here to win.
Of all the people in this tournament, who's had the most success in the past 2 years, I mean, that's me by a long way. You're going to see me in the final 6, so watch out.
These are the top professionals in the world, and if your strategy doesn't ebb and flow like a tide, you really don't have a shot.
For me, who I'm trying to defeat is myself. You know, there's an old Buddhist saying, better to conquer your own mind than conquer 1,000 men in battle.
This heat all about to roll on Britannia. 6 players. It's a mix and match scenario from this Premier League. And what do we have in store for us tonight, Vicky? Looks like the Cowboy is at the table in KJ Kenna James. And he's kind of in one of those situations where he's mid-table, not unsimilar to you. He needs to get some points.
Well, he does. I mean, a lot of his energy has been going into the songs, and I applaud that. But he's got to accrue points at the same time.
As you know, players beginning here with 100,000 each in chips. Yellows are 1, blues are 2, reds are 5. But it's so much more than that, as the 20 points dished out on this table all count towards the league standings.
So the 3-1 chip lead going head up?
This is a league format with points awarded based on the players' finishing positions. There's 8 points for first, 6 points for second, and then 3, 2, 1 for third, fourth, and fifth. A big goose egg if you get knocked out first.
You won the underwater title.
This is going to be a great table with Roland Wolfe and Juha Helppi. They're best of friends off the table, but on the table they're going to get the digs in. Black's picking up a real hand, and Roland an opportunity to get himself in trouble. Uh-oh, now it's Black that's in trouble. This could be the end of Andy.
I don't know how Andy's going to escape this one.
I haven't seen too much of this in the tournament. The
How'd you like
complete
those
cold
apples?
deck.
How'd you like those apples?
Oh, this is pretty good. Andy's put in another raise, and I think if Kenna comes over the top of this, Black's gonna sense he's beat.
The problem is that Kenna James made a similar move to Phil Hellmuth with King-Queen offsuit. Can Andy lay down the queens?
I think the smart thing for Kenna to do here is just call. If he puts in another bet, I think Andy's clever enough to get away. Oh, he's moved all in. I think Andy Black is too good to call this bet. I really do.
He's called already.
Are we called?
Instantly. And this is it. Andy Black has decided there was no way away. The queens versus the aces.
Well, do you know, I would have thought that Andy could let that hand go, but maybe the final raise was just too little. He felt he had to call.
And I think Black's going to have about 3,000 left if this hand is over, but that's not going to get him very far. This is a rough situation for the Irishman. Great spot for Kenna James right now. Just two queens here.
And ace-7 of hearts.
This is so horrible for Andy. You know, he's such a great player, and he started playing a pretty flary game tonight. When he found a real hand, this is what happens.
That's what I mean. If Roland puts his...
Yeah, we're expecting great things out of him tonight, Vicky, but right now this looks like it might be the Cowboys show. That's the way it's going to start. Early double up for KJ.
Of course, Andy Black is left with some chips.
Some as in the sum of 1 and 1? That will have huge impact. Black, of course, third in the league table before this heat began, Vicky. I just think he's going to be losing some ground there. And Kenna James, chip leader here.
That's an enormous lead to have when there's still 6 people at the table. Huge.
I had a kind of restless night. I'm not sure if it was because Phil Helmuth was, you know, I saw nightmares of him in my sleep or what, but for whatever reason, at 7 in the morning, I'm out of my bed.
Kenna James, you know, appeared sort of in the room beside me. I saw his face. I didn't recognize him because he had no cowboy hat on.
Andy didn't recognize me at first without my hat and clothes on. But we had an interesting chat, and it led to us sitting down and meditating.
All of a sudden, about an hour later, I found myself teaching him meditation. So I'm hoping that today he won't use that to get deep inside my mind.
What's Andy got now? A couple of big blinds?
He's got the big blind right now.
Well, he can't afford to pass, whatever his cards are.
I wonder, I mean, what are the chances that if he actually lets the blinds go round, that someone else gets knocked out in the next 6 hands and he could pick up a point?
No, he's only got 4,000. He can't pass when he's put in the big blind. Whatever these 2 cards are, he's got to put the rest in.
Okay, I'm with you.
Pass.
And,
Right, all in and a call.
Kenna says I'll spin him. It's only been 10 hands. This will be the quickest knockout we've seen in this tournament.
Well, it's not over yet. Andy's got 2 fresh cards, and actually the difference between these 2 hands is not as big as you'd think. There's not that much in it.
Negligible.
Come on, Andy.
You wouldn't begrudge a little spin up here, would you? But there's 8,000 in there.
Ooh, nearly. He needs to win a few hands in a row. This is not looking good. But
Thanks.
oh, a lot more cards for Andy now.
Yeah, straight flush draw.
A 3, a 6, a 7. He's got a few chances.
They've been playing Chinese poker. They've been thinking about the royalty bonus and a
wow.
flush.
He's made a flush.
Still alive.
Black open for business again.
To get recognition.
Welcome back to the partypoker.com Premier League Poker. Still a full table of 6. Over in the green room, it's Helmuth and his arch enemy, the Devilfish.
Somebody puts a bad beat on me, I go a little nuts. When I lost with aces, I would have been really upset. I might have fallen off the stage or something.
Back at the table, Roland Wolfe never lets up.
Okay. Was he your boyfriend or something? Who is?
I don't have a boyfriend. Everybody doesn't have, although you do.
They are just like 2 7-year-olds. I don't have a boyfriend, just because you do. No, it is you who is fat.
I'm sure it's not for lack of trying.
I think you're quite attractive.
I love this banter.
What is it about him particularly that...
He's got a kind of... and when he smiles, his whole face lights up.
While the others chat and giggle, Kirill stares stonily at a very big hand.
2 and 4.
I've got 5 more.
Well, he knows
But Andy's in the big blind. Wants to know what Andy's got.
Raise to 9.
And,
Is there any reason why you're making it 9?
Tell you what.
Ooh. Spot of value being offered to Mr. Helppi.
Oh, he reached deep there, Vicky. Is there any argument for a re-raise here? Has he decided that Gerasimov? Oh wow, 2 9s.
Well, cool, huh? Gerasimov was trying to make it look like he was just targeting Andy Black's big blind.
This is a very similar hand. De Wolfe, 1 round to go, had jacks in a similar position. A Gerasimov raise, a Juha call. Will he re-raise again?
I think he probably will, actually. Because...
Re-raise.
Yeah, he's raised because he wants to get it heads up with Andy Black.
No,
really.
really
He wants the other 2 hands to get out of the way.
I don't know whether I want that kind of protection.
I think that'll get rid of Juha Helppi, but yeah, I mean,
All in.
Andy Black must call. He doesn't really have any choice.
He's got so many odds, but what will Kirill do, and what should Kirill be thinking right now?
I think what Kirill will do is call to make sure that it's okay. He'll know that Roland's got a pretty big pair that he may well not pass. So I think a call and then a move on the flop if he hits it could be likely.
I mean, Vicky, Kirill's certainly in a situation where if he was top of the league table, pushing with the ace-king might be automatic. But with 2 points, he can't afford to go out in a race here, can he?
No, he can't. I mean, if Andy Black's got some kind of hand, then Kirill could see himself go out first when he knows that if he passes, he's very likely to move 1 up the point structure.
3 tournaments in a row.
Just by letting Roland knock out Andy. I think he's going to call, though. I really do.
I think he spoke.
He spoke?
I think he spoke.
Oh, nice.
He said raise. He's going for it, and this is not even close to an automatic call for Roland de Wolfe, who only has 2 points himself.
No, as usual, my prediction's as good as a gypsy at a fairground. He's raised, and
Have you got a big pair?
Cold deck.
Roland's,
Oh, you haven't got ace-king, have you?
Roland's felt that he had to pass.
No, you've ace-king.
Roland definitely regretting not calling with those 2 9s.
Ace-queen, yeah?
Did he underestimate Gerasimov there?
Yeah, I think he thought that Gerasimov must have had, aces or kings. Very strong play from Kirill.
This black
on,
all
baby.
in. He's actually in better shape than he was against
That's a
Roland,
good
isn't
flop.
he?
He is now. He can hit a 2
It's a good
to
start.
make a straight. 4's no good now against the king.
Deuce.
Unbelievable.
A 2
Deuce
would
me,
give him the
baby.
nuts.
Deuce.
How about 2 hearts?
No.
Andy
You'll make it, Andy.
needing a 2 to stay in the tournament.
Just a bridge too far.
4 deuces in the deck. And black will sweat them.
Somewhere in that deck is a 6.
Close. Close,
Good game,
close,
guys.
close.
Well, it was impressive short stack play to hang on that long, but couldn't do it.
The goose egg. The big tarantula for Andy Black in this 3rd time he's played.
Where do you want us to send your 0, Andy? But 5 players left in this Premier League poker, and Kenna James with the double up way out in front. Gerasimov gotten off to a good start as well.
Live and learn, I'm not going to teach him to meditate anymore for a while anyway, because, he took all my chips, so I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
International lineup.
Have you ever played with Kirill before? I mean, before this?
Do you know when we went into the studio on the first day, I thought he was the sound man. I've never even seen him on the television. I've heard him, of course, heard about him, seen his results and everything, but never come across him in the card room.
He might be the sound man, but he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk that much, does he?
That would be a good nickname for him.
It is. Kirill, the sound man, Gerasimov.
Poker players lie all the time.
And the last time, thinking about it, Juha limped in to Roland de Wolfe's big blind. Roland de Wolfe raised him out of it. Of course, Roland had aces then.
Yeah, he's got 1 ace now.
You get the feeling this is going to be one of those relationships that just goes on and on this evening.
I think so. Well, Roland will be very happy with that flop. And he'll be delighted to be in the flop with his old mucker, Juha Helppi.
Who's betting into him?
Call.
Ow. Juha's nearly drawing dead at this stage. Will he shut down here?
Yeah, I think that's the end of Juha's interest at the bottom. I mean, look, there's the flush has come, even if Roland wasn't already beating him.
Giving him outs, actually, though.
I don't think a pair of fours is going to see him take off, I'm sure. Mind you, I've been wrong with every prediction so far, but I would guess that Juha will now check. There you go, out he comes with the bet. God, I'm good.
I mean, DeWolf has a problem here. He's short-stacked. Some could say he's playing for his tournament here if he makes a mistake.
He's got to think, with what kind of ace would Juha just limp in the small blind? And if Juha's got the flush, well, unlucky, but with an ace in his hand, would he have just called pre-flop?
I don't know. On that basis, should DeWolf call and let Juha try and bluff some more, or should he stick a raise in to find out where he's at?
Oh, I think with the chips that Roland's got, if he wants to carry on playing the hand, he might as well stick it all in. He's either winning.
Call.
Decided to call, and I mean, if it comes a diamond, it'll be a great bluffing card for Helppi.
Well, if it comes a 4 or a 7, then, well, that's...
And look at Roland, he's caressing his chips. It's like a sign of weakness. He's trying to, strong means weak. He's trying to sucker Juha into making a big bet.
He really needs to stop fondling the stack in that manner. I mean, please.
Look at him.
For God's sake.
He looks like a canary.
This is terrestrial television, Roland. Stop doing that, please.
Check.
Check.
He's really happy with the set of aces, isn't he? Oh, he's just enjoying. Oh, I've got 3 aces.
You know, Vicky, I mean, this is just one of those hands where, you know, this is the essence of Roland DeWolf. He's willing to really go so deep into these pots on a limb. I mean, you couldn't find a more dangerous board than that. Ace, 3 diamonds, you know, a couple face cards, straight cards, and DeWolf just calls along. He's so confident in the way he plays. Helppi's actually thinking about calling this now. The bet's 20,000, and Juha's saying, I've got 2 pair. I can beat a straight draw for crying out loud. 10 jack offsuit with the 10 of diamonds.
Yeah, this hand is just nothing to do with the cards and everything to do with the relationship between these two people. Juha knows that Roland's capable of betting with no hand. They're both thinking about the things they'll be able to say to each other if they win the pot or lose it. Get a room!
I think he's going to call, Vicky.
How can he call? That's all he's got is a pair of lousy 4s. What does he think?
Vicky, isn't he saying to him? He said Roland never could have played an ace like this, he's saying. Never in a million years.
Wow. What a pot for Roland DeWolf. Look at his face. He's so delighted. He's going to be giving Juha such a rub down about this.
I mean, Vicky, you have to say, 90% of the players in the world would have won about 6,000 with Roland's hand. He managed to win about 40 with it.
Yeah, I mean, all credit to him. When I thought he was going to raise, he just called. And he made a value bet on the end, which actually got paid off. I guess this is how you win WPT titles.
Look at that smile.
The thing that Roland loves about it most of all, never mind the chips, never mind the points, is the fact that he's trashed Juha in a pot,
for sure.
causing him great delight.
Looking at these two, what an 18 months it's been for Roland DeWolf, living the dream. A WPT championship and an EPT championship, and his nemesis, Juha Helppi, who's got a great record as well, but more famous perhaps for coming in second to Roland DeWolf.
In the WPT in Paris, which was my first big win, I was heads up against Juha Helppi, so I'm sure he'll be looking to regain some of his pride after his humiliation there.
I have known Roland a few years. He's a good friend of mine, but at the table I have no friends, and actually he's one of my biggest nemesis in any poker table because he beat me in WPT Paris.
That was great. It was my first major win, and also to beat a friend heads up. He's a friend now. So I remind him about it a lot. So yeah, he's always trying to beat me, but he hasn't managed it yet.
I haven't forgotten about WPT Paris, Roland. I'm gonna take you out first today, and that's it for you.
If I had to bet on anyone in the whole group apart from myself, it'd probably be Juha. He doesn't make mistakes. He's a finished robot.
It's time to take Roland out.
Middle of the second level here, and Juha Helppi, all of a sudden short stacked, probably as short as he's been in this tournament, without actually being out.
And
Well
as the,
played anyway today. Thank you.
wonder how he's going to react to that, Vicky. 2-8s here for Scharf.
Raise to 12.
Reasonable bet.
Pass. Pass. Pass.
You haven't seen much of Kenna for a while, given what a big chip leader he is.
Yeah, I mean, Kenna's... Oh, wow. Uh-oh. He's not really an advocate of the get it quietly philosophy, but tonight he's sort of been there.
Wow, he's gone all in. What a significant bet.
Isn't. It's a tough spot for Scharf, who got knocked out quite early the last time he played.
That means business.
This is the luxury of having such a big chip lead, isn't it? The cowboy
sure
can
that I'm gonna
reach
fold.
the pistol from his holder, fire every bullet, and still have some left.
Well, he's reasoned it well. He said, "You must be so sure you're going to fold. I'm going to call." And Kenna has the perfect hand for him. This is strong stuff from Scharf, backbone stuff.
Yeah, it's a great call from Scharf. You know, they've got him down as a tight player. They think he'll pass a lot of hands, but does really well.
Good call.
To keep the Chicago man honest here.
What great logic Eddy used. He said, "You're so sure I'm going to pass that I'm going to call." I mean, I like it. And Eddy Scharf in a very strong position to double up. This is going to hurt KJ.
Yeah, there's going to be a big chip swing after this hand.
Anything but one of the two Sietes. Kind of a bit bemused. He said, I didn't think you had it in you, Eddy.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of players have been underestimating Eddy Scharf in the tournament. I heard before it started he was 30-1 to win it out of 12 people. I mean, this is a guy with a World Series bracelet.
Yeah, quickly backed into tens. But you're right. He was well underestimated, and I think Eddy's been turning a few heads, hasn't he?
Eddy Scharf, the only German player to have 2 World Series of Poker bracelets. He's also a part-time pilot off the table.
When you're playing a format like this, the guys are sitting in the green room and betting and taking odds. And I often see at the end of the line it says any German to win 10-1. That definitely has to stop. And I'm going to do it right here.
What's Kirill going to do here?
Looks like he's raising.
Raise to 10.
Not a big raise, really.
No, maybe he's trying to induce a re-raise from one of these action guys like Roland or Wolfe.
Oh my. This is... What kind of creativity come madness is this?
Well, sometimes Roland is so brilliant he's thinking on a level even I don't understand. But I suspect that he thinks Kirill's been playing tight. He's maybe getting a bit creative now with the chip lead, and he's got a hand he'll throw away.
It's 17,000 more, and the size of the raise... Kirill's going to have a hard time folding here.
I'm sure Kirill's not going to fold. This is Roland the Wolfe. You know, he raises with anything. Surely Kirill can't throw this hand away.
Call.
And he's decided just to call. This is a huge opportunity for DeWolf to hang himself or make a big bluff on the flop.
Yeah, if Kirill misses the flop, then Roland can nick it. I think a re-raise might have been better there.
There's 60,000 in there. How big is he going to bet?
Check.
Well, if Roland moves all in, then it is going to be a very uncomfortable decision for Gerasimov.
31.
Well, that's interesting.
And Gerasimov's got options. Could you see him passing this hand?
I can see him passing. I mean, he didn't seem to like the call before the flop. See, if he would have re-raised before the flop, he wouldn't have this nasty decision now. But he's called. He has nothing. He's got a queen-eye flush draw. He's passed it.
Who is this Roland DeWolf?
That is just incredible. I mean, this is how he has racked up the titles, the prize money, and all the trophies for Player of the Year with just 7 deuce, which 9 players out of 10 would throw away without even thinking about it. He's picked up a pot of nearly $100,000.
Oh, there's no need for him to wear underwear.
5 players left, and it's a toss-up if the biggest money is for the highest card or the sharpest barb. More action to come on the other side.
Is that the frog chorus?
Down, down, down. You guys got that over here at sporting events?
No, we don't. We'd actually make a noise at the sporting events ourselves. Sporting events in the UK and in Europe are different. There's a lot more passion and stuff than in Europe.
Really?
Yeah. People go mad. It's really different. Crazy.
Pass.
I'd forgotten Kirill was still there.
10,000 fans.
This is interesting.
He's gone back to the box, yeah.
He made the bet before putting the glasses on.
And this looks like an opportunity for Wolfe to get himself in trouble.
Yeah, if he makes a big raise here, it could be the first bit of bad timing we've seen from Roland.
He's asked for Juha a countdown here. Oh, wow.
Re-raise.
Surely he's gone too far here, Vicky.
Yeah, I think Helppi's got to put all his chips in. I mean, he's found ace queen. He's the lowest on the ladder. Look at this. Eddy Scharf.
Same hand Roland has, but suited. Obviously, he won't be playing, but what will Juha do?
I think he's got to ship them in. He hasn't got all
First
night.
bet was 17. All in.
Yeah, he is
Only
all
good
in.
news as far as, yeah.
Roland's called, and we've seen that a jack has been passed by Eddy Scharf, so only 2 cards to knock out the fin.
And is this what happens to you when you try to get too fancy, Vicky? I mean, has the Wolfe... This is his first time he's been on the wrong side of the law.
Yeah, his timing has been right on the money all through this tournament. He's bluffed at the right moments, not at the wrong ones, except now. There's only one card, only the Jack of Spades can help Roland. Mind you, a 3 would make a straight for both of them, a split pot, unless it's the 3 of hearts.
More chance of a split than a win for the so close 10 of spades. And what do you have to say about it, Vicky? Was it a gratuitous double up?
No, I actually don't think so. I think that Roland knows that Juha can raise with lots of hands. He's getting low on chips. He might have had something that he could pass. It's one of those situations where if it's Juha holding something like a 9-10 suited, we're all saying what a genius Roland is for making the move. As it happens, ace-queen, bad timing.
This match billed as a game between the robots and the donkeys. Right now, the robots have the chips.
So they have to cancel
And
Roland.
the donkeys are
Don't you have to be 21
sort of assways.
before you are allowed to dive? Or that was in the
Saddlebag of gold for the cowboy.
6 plus 9.
Oh, Eddy Scharf's got the same hand. I love these coups. You get to see who does what with the exact same
He
cards.
just lost the pot. Why do you have to make him feel worse?
Clearly a three-way option
show some
here.
respect.
Call, raise,
Show some
or fold,
respect.
Vicky. Where would you tend?
You show some respect.
Oh, raise. There's only 5 of them there. You might think he must raise with ace-queen.
Re-raise.
He's actually free rolling.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
raise.
he is.
40,000 total.
And if it gets cleared out behind,
I'm his.
I'd imagine it will, unless somebody picks up a monster.
The Scharfinator.
How is
Scharf ace.
Kenna going to respond? Kenna could just toss these in the
Say
muck.
hello to my little
Ace-queen
friend.
is such a tricky hand, isn't it?
Since I know you've called me 2 8s, I guess I'll go on.
In it goes.
Wow.
And Scharf is surely going to call for the extra chips.
Better man than me.
And I wonder which one of them will be more
Standing up
relieved.
as well?
Yeah.
Okay, 40.
What are you going to do?
How much is it?
I can't
Wow,
keep it all day.
Scharf thinks he might have the option of passing. I mean,
Comes up
this
with
standing
half
up
time.
philosophical thing from Kenna is obviously supposed to be
You have to draw a line in the
reverse
sand.
psychology, making his hand look much stronger than it is.
Go ahead.
Can Scharf afford to pass if he thinks the guy's ace-king?
The cowboy's heart's on his sleeve.
8,000 more.
I'm going to show you this hand. You're going to be sick. I'm going to turn it over, and you're going to be sick.
I think Kenna's trying to talk him into calling right now.
If you fold this hand, I'm serious. It's going to be on national TV.
I'm going to be sick.
Yeah, I'm going to turn this over, and you're going to be sick. You're going to like, this is my whole tournament.
He's getting the countdown.
I hate to fold this.
Passed it.
Wow.
What'd you have? I'll show you.
You're going to show anyway. A cowboy doesn't break his word. A cowboy doesn't break his word.
What word?
I'm going to show you the hand. Where's this? Where's that?
I was showing.
No, you were going to show the hand.
I did. I
you
showed
didn't
it.
show the hand.
I showed it.
A cowboy never breaks his word. Maybe. That's sickening.
Told you he'd be sick.
Looking at the worm of Kenna James, and the Cowboys zoomed to the lead. That has frittered them away, and now he's back on the horse.
In Party Poker Million, I finished second. For WPT, which was my dream to make, I finished second. And in a big major event like that, to get so close, I liken it to a mountain climber that's sitting, you know, at the final base camp in Everest, and you're right there at the summit of a major tournament, and they say, well, we got to turn around, the weather's not quite right. It's like somebody's reaching in your gut and taking your guts out, and that can be emotionally hard to deal with. But that's part of the journey.
Is that what was it in the sports thing in America where they say the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat? The thrill of victory wouldn't be there if it wasn't if you didn't have the agony of defeat. It's the journey that's the thing, not the end product.
It's easy to be a cowboy who's run out of words. All you got to do is go, well. Slim Amarillo Slimo,
like
he
the
says.
truth, you know, I mean. No, they don't. You're right, they don't.
Looks like Gerasimov is ready to play another hand.
Oh, my goodness.
They don't even know the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
He's a little like, what was that guy's name who fought Rocky V?
I think I want to hear what
Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
As played by Dolph Lundgren. You wouldn't think I was a big fan of the Rocky movies, but I am. Look at this. Gerasimov's all in, and Helppi's calling.
You know, I mean, Kirill has gotten a bit cold-decked in this tournament.
Yeah, that's
he sits
so
there like a lump on a log. Every time he makes a move, he runs into a bulldozer.
That is so unfortunate.
It is.
It's so unfortunate. I mean, Gerasimov has just not really found anything, and when he's found something, somebody else has found something bigger.
What's this? I'm in a glass box?
Yeah. 5 chances to hit. Oh! Now, a king would give Helppi a straight, or queen puts him back in front, but...
You can't really begrudge Kirill a little luck here. What is it? Queen or king it is?
Queen or king would be the bad news.
Hearts don't matter. This could be the first break Gerasimov has gotten in the Premier League.
Oh, there's the straight for Helppi. To be fair, Helppi did go in with the best hand, but what a crippling night's work for Kirill Gerasimov.
3 points through 3 heats, 3 matches, Vicky. Gerasimov is going to be back to the wall if he wants to get out of the relegation zone. Look at that again. Gerasimov must have felt like finally something going right on the flop, but the king on the river, Broadway straight for Helppi, and no love for the Russian.
Okay, I admit it.
Straight-faced Juha Helppi, Vicky. What a roller coaster he has had. Now first in chips.
Yeah, and that excitement really showing on his face there.
We always mess things
It's a
up,
great
right?
position for him. I mean, he's second in the table right now. If he can bring this on to a win, he'll right now be Phil Hellmuth's biggest competitor. And the way things are going, very nearly a lock for the final table.
Why not? I can do it if I want. I'm all in.
Yeah, all in was going to have to happen soon for De Wolfe. As it turns out, it's happening immediately. Wow. Surely Eddy Scharf must take him on here.
How much is it?
58.
He knows that Roland was about to have to put in 10,000 out of 58 on the big blind, so he's going to make this under-the-gun move with so many hands. Almost any hands.
Yeah, but... well, I was going to... Does Scharf want to be the executioner? Clearly he does.
You really shouldn't say that in a pot. You can't tell him any ace, any face card, any
I'm
pair.
sure Mad Marty Wilson is going to give... Roland's right here. I'm sure he's going to give Juha a verbal warning here, because this is against the rules.
He said any ace, any pair, any face card.
I was telling about my standards.
But why'd you tell him when he's got to act on his?
Okay, you shouldn't make any opinion till it's on you to act. It influences this player.
I mean, he's called with King Queen now.
You don't think? I would have called, but you're right. You're right what he said.
King Queen, maybe not. For all your stack with one guy behind.
It is in the tournament rules.
Well, he didn't look at his cards until that time, right?
And in fact,
I mean, you're
Juha could
absolutely
get
right what you're saying,
could
but
get a
it wouldn't have changed
penalty
my-
if he does this
No,
again.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we used to have a rule in this country, the Moody rule, where you couldn't say anything at all about the hands. That's relaxed, but certainly you shouldn't give advice to another player.
Anyway, the situation, DeWolf all in, and not in good shape. He needs a jack or a 7.
No, it's not that easy this time.
There's the 7, and it's a flush draw.
That is an enormous flop for DeWolf.
That's so sick.
So many cards.
Maybe it's better if he just gets his money back and you get
Determine victory. Only an offsuit king or queen now would knock him out.
And Scharf needs a king or a queen that is not a spade.
Yeah, just 4 cards now are threatening DeWolf.
King or queen and no spade.
It's a specific request.
Only about 4 cards there.
Oh! It
That's
is the
hard.
king of clubs, and what an unlucky last card for Roland DeWolf, who I think played a fantastic
4
game
points for DeWolf in 3 matches. And he is back against the wall. DeWolf all in. And the flop looked good. He went from worst to first, but the king on the river crushed him. Aces and kings, beating aces and 7s in the runaround.
It was tough today. Didn't get the breaks that I wanted, and left myself with work to do. But I feel good. It was difficult today.
Welcome back. Three-way is where the points get meaty, and Kenna James, who's already had 2/3, would love to break on through. Scharf and Helppi have already had a second and first, respectively. 2 10s for the German.
Now, with hands like that,
Right,
it
it's
could be a
25
different
in total.
result. But the shades are on for Helppi. This could mean the fight back.
This could mean boo-hoo for you-hoo.
Re-raise.
I wonder if first of all, is Scharf going to re-raise? He has gone all in quickly. These two very close in chips. Can Juha call?
How much more is that?
Oh, that's a good question.
Depends on the amount of the raise, but
95.
he'll know that this isn't a pure bluff from Scharf. He knows it's a real hand. It's just a case of whether it's 2 over cards, in which case he might have to take a shot to win the pot.
75.
He's thinking about it. I feel like he's good enough to fold this.
I think he is. I think he is. That's the smile of a man who's folding, I reckon. But everything I've said so far has been wrong, so that's probably a call. Oh, it's a coin flip, but there are 19 sides on Eddy Scharf's coin.
Well said. And Scharf in great shape here.
124?
124, yeah.
Juha Helppi. The only good news for him is that this pot is big. Needs to catch a snowman. 8s have been so decisive tonight.
Yeah, they have felt like key cards. I wonder if there's another one lurking in the deck. Ooh.
Well, spades don't count.
There is no 8 there, and only 2 cards can give Eddy Scharf a heart attack.
Helppi down to just a helping hand. And he won't be out. He covers Scharf, but not by much. Eddy Scharf, proud possessor of 2/3 the chips in play here, Vicky.
Yeah, that was an enormous pot for Scharf. It powers him to an absolutely immense chip lead in this game.
Those are the kind of calls that really get you far in this 6-seater format. And Scharf looking healthy now, feeling good. KJ from the button. And I guess he has to stick in a raise here that'll signify to Helppi he's not passing for the re-raise.
He does have to do exactly that.
Scharf having a think. It's going through Eddie Scharf's devious little mind that if he puts pressure here on Kenna James, Kenna can't very well call without a huge hand.
But his problem is, though, that if he does raise, Helppi's priced in behind, and they're all in.
What's Helppi got? Looks like a bullet. That's got Kenna in bad trouble. This could be a quick comeback. As KJ says, this pot 107. In fact, Kenna James and Juha Helppi will be nearly level in chips if the ace-5 holds.
Yeah, this is a fairly close run.
Man, the second place is tough.
Holds up.
It's tough to get down to 2.
He's going to be right
I'm
back
telling
in
you,
great
this
shape.
ain't easy. This is like an abscess, trying to remove an abscess tooth, you know, with pus around it. Very tough.
I think I kind of deserve to get busted here. Mistake. A few mistakes today.
Yeah.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Doesn't actually change anything, the pair of 5s. Still, James needs an 8 or a king.
Sort of ruing over the fact he's gotten 2/3 out of 2 attempts and doesn't seem to be able to get over that hump. All of a sudden, it was still just the kings and 8s for Kenna James. Anything else, and he's in the thick of it.
Well, it's a full house for Juha Helppi now. Amazing comeback. He had less than 2 big blinds. And now he's got a huge chip stack. And pushes Kenna James into 3rd place.
I mean, just by blind-ass luck, I'm going to win one sooner or later.
To win this would mean so much, not only to the resume, but to the heart. So to take down this title would mean a lot. It would be a feather in the cap.
Just calling.
Well, it's, you know, it's like into the lion's teeth here, isn't it? I mean, Scharf could just swing a broadsword and move in.
He's thinking about it.
But was Kenna James trying to trap me? Maybe. Maybe.
2 very similar hands. See the flop. Big one, little one. Oh, that is quite an action flop.
Will KJ go all the way with this?
Why not? He's got flush draw, straight draw. And Scharf is winning with a pair of 5s. He's said all in, but I don't think James's hand can be passed. Come on, he can't pass.
Seeing the board. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I thought that was a 4 space.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny because Vicky,
in, huh?
it would have. It seems like it would have been smarter for Kenna to have moved all in on the flop, which I think he would have done. He says he didn't see the flush draw.
I mean,
yeah, I was surprised that he checked it, but he must call. He's got 9 clubs working for him, all the 6s, and the king is also good, though he may not know that. I think it's he must call, but
seems like an awful.
Of course, he's furious that he didn't realise the flush draw was there. He didn't get the chance to make the first move.
I really don't think I can fold.
I don't.
40, 60,
he can't
80.
fold, but he can't really call either strategically, can he?
I think he has to call. I think he has to call. He has to give himself a chance to pick up the chips and have a proper lead over
Juha
Helppi.
I'll tell you anyway.
He's on 102, I think.
He wants to know how many chips
102.
Juha's got, but I think this is one of those situations in tournaments where you have to gamble. He's right to call.
Well, but Vicky, why? I mean,
I got a draw, pretty big draw.
Strategically, winning this pot,
Queen 5.
does it make him that much closer to second?
How many outs do I got? The deuce, a king.
Yeah, of course,
12.
if he wins this pot, he's going to have over 200,000 in chips, with Juha in a weak third. And look at this, he's actually favourite to win.
Oh, no fear. What's
Red
no
card.
fear.
Red card.
No fear. Yeah, red 6 wouldn't be bad.
Ooh,
That's
a
bad.
card. King no good now. Got to be a 6 or a club. Wow.
All right, guys.
Kenna James is out. I have to say, I think it was the correct call. He had a very strong draw, and he gave himself a chance to go into a very strong chip position, but it was no good.
Would you call?
And he stopped singing again.
He would call.
I'm pretty disgusted. But I mean, that's, you know, this game's an emotional roller coaster, and I'm sure by the time the next match is played, you know, I'll feel differently. But right now, I just want to sleep.
Head to head,
is deja vu all over again, Vicky. But this time, Eddy Scharf has the big chip lead over Juha Helppi. Juha Helppi will be second in the league table, and Eddy Scharf will become third. But there are 2 points to play for and $2,000. Scharf trying to put those finishing brushstrokes on his painting. Bit like pointillism, his painting tonight, wasn't it?
I'm going to pretend I know what you mean.
George
All in.
Surratt.
All in, says the pointillist.
Call.
Oh!
Okay, gentlemen.
Helppi must have something.
Oh.
Oh, gosh, Scharf's in bad shape. If the 7 were a 9.
It's those 8s again.
How much?
90 total.
It is the 8s again. Yeah. And all of a sudden, if Helppi can power these 8s through, it's anybody's shooting match.
Oh, there one is.
There she blows.
There's a bit of a draw for Helppi.
Kind of hard to figure out which guy's got the ace and which guy's got the aces. 8s jumping on their faces, but this is over if the 8 doesn't hit the river.
It doesn't. Wow, Eddy Scharf looks up his first victory. And 8s give away 8 points.
5 league matches played in the top 4, of course, going straight to that final table. Eddy Scharf pulling himself back up into this zone with the win, whereas Juha Helppi cementing his spot and a challenge to Phil Hellmuth. Andy Black there with 9 despite a poor showing this evening. He has the edge on Kenna James because of the second place finish. James with 3/3. Roland Wolfe, even though he's still in this playoff zone, giving the others a game in hand is trouble. When you look at the relegation zone, these 4 knocked straight out. And Devilfish, Tony G, and Ian Fraser, they've got some games to play, and they've got to put some points up.
Well, it was the bling-bling of Scharf and Helppi on top of the board. But next time, you won't want to miss the Devilfish and Hellmuth button heads again, and Tony G thrown in as well. Doesn't get any bigger or louder than that on the partypoker.com Premier League Poker.
What if you can't? It'll be so
You get tangled up with me one more time, and we're at war.
Tony, you've tried to double up the most dangerous player on the table. With that
You
piece of
think
shite.
you're the most dangerous? I think I can play you if you have even chips.
You must be the worst player I've ever seen, you prick.
I need to knock you out.